Because did you know that since 2015, the Postal Service has had its own television show? It's on Saturday mornings and it's called The Inspectors. And while it airs on CBS, its budget is funded by the government. And the show is pretty much what you would expect if a bunch of civil servants from the Postal Service had their own show.
I'm Preston Wainwright, and this is my mom, Amanda. She's a United States Postal Inspector, which means she solves any crime that uses the mail. My dad was an inspector too, one of the best, until I lost him and the use of my legs in a car accident. Now I'm following my own dream, with an internship in the crime lab and the help of my best friends. Together, we are the Inspectors.
The whole thing is basically a mix of teenage soap opera, police procedural, and a PSA about how to protect yourself from various mail-related crimes, all of which amounts to a kind of CSI mailbox. Its stars include this guy, who looks exactly like Anthony Michael Hall. And you may think that I'm just cherry-picking similar photos there, but I'm not. Their photos are all similar. Tell me which of these actors was in The Breakfast Club and which wasn't. You can't do it, that's my point. The problem is that there is something about the innately aggressive tone of a cop show and postal inspectors that doesn't seem to quite fit.
I want to see my lawyer. I know my rights, and I will not be intimidated by you people. Who are you? Anyway, the FBI?
I told you, we're postal inspectors.
We're your worst nightmare. We've got a 98% conviction rate. You're about to raise it to 99.
OK. First of all, if a postal inspector is your worst nightmare, you need to have worse nightmares. There's a reason that Freddy Krueger killed people. He doesn't fine them for manufacturing counterfeit stamps. Also, about that conviction rate line, that's not how numbers work. Now, the episodes are 30 minutes long, but I can actually run you through one pretty quickly. A recent story featured the postal inspectors getting involved in a cyber ransom case after they find some evidence on an envelope, and they work fast.
Hopefully Georgia can match this guacamole to the stuff on the letter.
Okay, we should have the results of the guacamole analysis in a few minutes. Okay, and the elements from the guacamole sample you brought in today is almost identical to the guac on the envelope.
Fiesta's over, Frank.
U.S. Postal Inspectors up against a taco truck.
So, that is just solidly written dialogue right there. Except for the part where the guy says, "Oh, man." Because if someone whips out a badge and yells, "U.S. Postal Inspectors," the only natural reaction is going to be, "You guys have badges?" Now, as this is a Saturday morning programme, it's ideally supposed to be geared towards kids and teens, and yet we checked, and the main audience for the show is 55 and older, which is just not ideal. Because the Postal Service needs to get its message out. The whole point of this show is to educate viewers about things like mail fraud, identity theft, and the importance of postal inspectors. But it can't do that if it isn't reaching a broad audience. So what they need to do is insert their message into existing popular shows. And here is where we come in. Because we've called in a few favours from some of the most popular shows around, and they agreed to help out. First, there's this.
Hey, babe.
Hey.
Hey, did you get the mail today?
I did. And once again, no suspicious or fraudulent packages in it.
Wow, you know, it's a good thing we have a U.S. Postal Inspection Service. Otherwise, I could be killed by a mail bomb one day.
Ugh, it'd be terrible if that happened.
Yeah, but luckily it won't. A mail bomb is definitely not how I die one day.
I mean, even if you did die a premature death, I doubt it would be from a mail bomb.
Yeah, definitely not. No, I'm gonna live forever. I'm a fucking invincible god.
See? Perfect! The key here, as you've already seen so far, is to do it subtly. Just make it a completely normal part of a completely normal scene.
I'm telling you, man, it's like the system is set up to keep us in here.
Duh, it's the prison industrial complex, girl.
Whoa, ease up. Not everything about the federal government is bad.
Let us not forget about the hardworking men and women of the United States Postal Inspection Service.
You know what, that is true. The USPIS does guard us from serious crimes.
Fuck that. The USPIS is trash.
I will cut you! I will cut you! You don't know me. You don't know the USPIS. This is why I told you to not be disrespecting the postal inspectors and